Yeah, we're doing this again. It's the beginning of a new chapter though, so hopefully it'll be a little more entertaining. There's been some stuff going on in my lifetime at a bit of a crossroads. I've been trying to find some sort of employment just simply so I can better afford my own place and,
Actual, this is Winter. We're looking for a way into the facility.
be more independent because I'll be honest with you, I do not like the financial situation or just the situation in my life as it is, so there is hope in regards to my publishing contract. It's a long-term hope. It's by no means going to pay off in the next year, possibly the next 2 years, possibly even the next 3 years. So, what do I do in order to get out of the situation I'm in? Well, I can go back to work, and I've been trying to find employment. So, problem is the employment I'm most qualified for, you require a vehicle to get to. And also the employment I'm most qualified for, I don't necessarily want to get back into.
Sir, there were no survivors.
It's not like how it once was. It's not like how it's supposed to be. Used to be, you get a job, even if it's a factory job or a manufacturing job. They paid you enough to survive and thrive, a little bit anyways. You work your way up the ladder, you get promoted. You retire with your gold watch. Well, it ain't like that now. The manufacturing industry is, we work there. And what happens is, it's the people making the least amount of money, the packers, the general laborers, the grunt workers, the people, the temps, the new people making minimum wage, who do pretty much all the work. And they feel stuck there because they're not getting promoted despite they're doing all the work. The longest employment I've ever had was ABZAC, and I hated that job. I worked there for a couple of years. Started off doing the minimum wage front work. Thought to get promoted to online splicer, which is very hard to explain what that is other than to say for the it's a very specific job opportunity that only people working in that particular field of manufacturing have access to. It's a kind of a factory-specific job. And despite that promotion, I was still making, a little over 14 bucks an hour, which people say is a lot of money. And it is if you're starting out, but the truth of the matter is, it's not enough money to survive on for all your life. By the time I left, I was running the entire machine and pretty much the entire shift by myself because every other person working there was just simply too lazy to work. And that's pretty much how it is in manufacturing. There's one person on the shift who does the work of everybody else, and everybody else, despite them even being more higher rank or earning higher pay, they don't want to do their work because they're lazy. And that's what it was. I was running the entire machine, which is an $18.50 an hour job. But they weren't promoting me because they wanted me to be the splicer, and while I was splicer, I was also doing on the side packing work and general maintenance and general labor work, even if management, the idiot manager, his name was Darren, I have no problem naming names. No. Okay, this particular order we're doing, he's not going to have any spare time, so what does he do? He packs a crate for me to pack away for shipping right in front of the machine I'm working on, despite me not having the time to do it, and the place he puts it is just so in the way of what I need to do that it's impossible for me to do my main work, which is shit here. It's not a you get promoted, it's a you get more responsibilities while still earning the bottom of the food chain toll. I'll be honest with you. I don't want to get back into that again. I want to earn an honest day's wage for an honest day's work, and in manufacturing, you don't earn an honest day's pay for an honest day's wage for an honest day's work. You earn a crap wage for an exploited day's work. And I don't want to get back into that. I honestly don't. So, what do I do? Well, I'm thinking, again, and I've mentioned this before, I can go back to school, or whatever. I've redid my application to pursue a career in journalism for Mohawk. Not entirely sure if I want to pursue a career in journalism. I'd rather pursue a career in regards to my writing. But hey, journalists write, so I guess it's close. I guess I'm kind of doing my writing career ass backwards. But oh well. So, do I go back to work? Or do I go back to school? Thinking of going back to school, despite the fact that I've always hated school. I've never enjoyed my formal education from the very beginning, from kindergarten to 12 and up. Hated school. So, what do I do? I've applied at a temp agency who's kind of promised me, again, bottom of the barrel minimum wage job contract work at a warehouse in, of all places, Burlington. And what they're telling me is not what I'm hearing from other people. I don't have a vehicle. Most of the work I'm most qualified for aren't on bus routes. One of the demands they have is you need to have your own vehicle. Well, this temp agency is saying, yeah, it's in Burlington, but it's available off the bus route. It's just the long bus route. And what the people are telling me, you know, roommates and friends and just people I speak to, is there's only one bus in Hamilton that goes to Burlington, and then you need to buy a separate bus pass for Burlington. So what do I do? Because I guarantee you the warehouse that they want me working at isn't accessible by this one single bus I'm being told that heads to Burlington. And what do I do? Buy 2 bus passes to work a dead-end job? a contract job that I may lose in 6 months, and I'll be honest with you, I don't even particularly want? Or do I go into debt, go back to school, get a school, summer, or student part-time employment, and balance school and my publishing contract? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm seriously thinking of biting the bullet and going back to school. Because if I am going to be stuck in a career I hate, at least it'll be a new career, because I don't want to be a manufacturer, I don't want to do warehouse, I don't want to do grunt work and general labor anymore. People say that young people are lazy and they don't want to work. That is not it. Young people are not lazy. They just don't want to get exploited. And that's what most modern workplaces do now. Especially those hiring full-time careers with benefits, promotions readily available. Yeah. Manufacturing scams you. They exploit you. I was working again at Abjack and even Savage Arms, and there was people there who were working there 20, 30 plus years. They were still general laborers, despite working there that long, despite them putting that many hours and that much of an investment in. And they weren't promoted. They were still at the bottom of the food chain. Now, yeah, I admit most of them were the bottom of the food chain because they kind of deserve it. They were, after all, just doing the bare minimum, and I was the one picking up the dead weight. But again, can you really blame them? Can you really fucking blame them? They don't give you any motivation to work hard because they don't promote. I got the online splicer, or the McKean online splicer job. And again, that for a promotion, it wasn't that much of a promotion. And I was still doing above and beyond. I was told, and I honestly thought at the time, that you work hard, you get rewarded. Well, that ain't true. You work hard, you get exploited. That's the truth. And I've been exploited way too long. I know I'm not going to be getting any promotion, and I know even if I work there 40 plus some odd years and retire with my gold watch, they're not going to give me any fucking pension. Abzac didn't give you a pension. And I'm not going to be able to save up enough money to retire and live out my golden years. You want me to work? Well, you better give me a damn well good reason to work, because I am sick and tired of working my ass off, of doing pretty much the jobs of 5 people like I was at Abzac. The Abzac was at the time I left, it was a 24-hour factory, 8-hour shifts, 3 shifts a day, and even when I worked there from the beginning, I saw, okay, that man does the work of the entire fucking shift, and everyone else does below minimum and just whines and bitches. And that's what I ended up becoming. I became as a man who did the work of pretty much the entire fucking shift, and everyone else did below minimum because they whined and fucking bitched. It was also a unionized workplace. I don't like unions. This union was corrupt. Problem with union is it breeds lazy people. Oh, you don't want to do the work? Well, I'll just whine and bitch to my union. Well, this union was fucking corrupt. But it was still, you know, union. People there who should have been not just laid off, fired without any benefits at all. They were that fucking lazy. They stayed there because they knew they were unionized and they can't get fired. There was one person there named he was named Charles, but I called him Chucky. He left. He left because I made a joke about his daughter being too young to work there. That's how desperate we were for people. It was at a point where we'd hire new people, they'd stay for less than a week and just walk off because that's how miserable their work was. He brings his daughter into the break room. I said she's too young to work there, and he knew it. He knew it was a joke. He was by no means offended. He laughed when I said it was a joke. Well, when we got an order, which he just didn't want to do, suddenly he was whining that I made a sex joke. Yeah, I called him a diddler and an incestual pedophile. He walked off the job. I didn't get in trouble because I had witnesses who said, no, that's not what Craig said. That's not what he said at all. He walked off the job and did not return for like months. Like well over 3 months, probably closer to 6. We all thought he quit. We honestly did. No. He comes back to work one day and he's just let right in like nothing happened because union. And even before his 3 months were up and he was accepted into the union, everybody who worked with him, me included, thought, no, don't let this guy into the union, just let him get fired. He's really fucking lazy. All he wants to do is talk. Don't accept him. But again, management was an idiot and they were that desperate to hire people. It didn't matter if you worked, it just mattered that you showed up and got paid. That's how desperate they were. Again, people were getting hired and just leaving because, well, again, the people there were just downright miserable. Again, what do you expect? No one was getting promoted. They were working there 20, 30 years until getting the exact same wage as the new people. The job was miserable. The work, honestly, wasn't that bad. Yeah, it was hard. Yeah, it was laborious. But if management was competent, it'd be tolerable. But no, all management cared about was working fast and getting above the quota and pretty much slave driving everyone to the point where it was backfiring. I remember when I was running the machine, despite only being an online splicer, I was running the machine. Darren, the head boss would come along, pumps the machine up to max speed, and the machine would break down. Because it can't be run at that speed, but it would break down. He'd whine and bitch. I'd have to get the machine fixed, and then he'd pump it up to max speed again. Whine and bitch. Oh, this machine's a piece of shit, and these people are fucking lazy. They just don't want to work hard. No, it's impossible to work that hard when the machine keeps breaking down every 5 seconds after you pump it up to max speed. Yeah, I really want to get into that kind of labor force again. Fuck that. And young people know it. They're being told by their fathers, their grandfathers, oh, you're just lazy, you don't want to work, and no, that's not it. It's they don't want to work the jobs you work because the jobs you used to work no longer offer a decent living. It doesn't matter where you work anymore, from what I've seen, whether it's a so-called career job like manufacturing or construction, or a so-called dead-end job like fast food. They're all dead-end jobs because nobody promotes. They would rather the big boss make a profit, the company make a profit, then keep their employees happy and ensure that those who are worthwhile keeping have a reason to stay. I've had zero reason to stay at any workplace I've ever worked at. They were all mostly manufacturing, and they were all the same. You work, you get paid the lowest of the wage, and if you show promise, well, they will give you more responsibilities without giving you more incentive. Even at Savage Arms, I was supposed to be working the buffering. I was just pretty much polishing rifles, barrels to make them look pretty and presentable. At the end, I was doing the buffing room, and I was running CNC machines to keep the buffing room in stock. I didn't get promoted. I didn't get an increase in wage. And it's like that in every manufacturing sector, and it's like that in the construction sector. They don't care about the employees. They just care that they do their job. Anyways, yeah. So, and if I want to get back into it. I don't want to get back into it. So, fuck it. Fuck this minimum wage 6 months contract. Go to Burlington, spend $200 a month on 2 different city bus passes job. I'm going back to school. Yeah. My decision's made. I'm going back to school. Where the hell do I go? That did nothing. Seriously. Where? The hell do I go? You know what? Do I jump on here? Okay, I can jump on here. Can I jump on here? Like, and here's the thing. Even with the jobs that people consider dead end, like fast food or waitressing or delivery drivers get ripped off, by the way. It's the exact same in the manufacturing sector. And it's why millennials don't want to work. It's not that they don't want to work. It's not that they're lazy. It's that they know they're being lied to. They know it's not the way it once was. I want to work. I really do. I just don't want to get back into the exploitation of every job I've ever come across. Every job I've ever had. And it's the same with small companies too. In fact, if anything, small companies are even worse because they will promise you everything. They will invite you to their houses, but in the end, doesn't matter how long you work, they will have you do more work and still pay you the dead-end job. The only difference is they'll consider you a friend. I'm not looking for a friend, I'm looking to get paid. And I am sick and tired of all these jobs I'm taking, so yeah, fuck it. I'll continue my career in writing. I'll continue to go to school and potentially always get 10 figures in debt pursuing a journalistic career, which I don't even really have any intention of taking other than backup plan in case my writing career doesn't pan out as it is. I'll do my writing career backwards. Usually people end up taking a career in journalism and doing writing, end up being authors after a few years of journalism. Nope, I'm doing it backwards, and also I have no idea where it is I am supposed to go or what it is I am supposed to do. So let's shoot this bitch. Take care, everybody. Yeah, I'm ranting. Deal with it. I'm going back to school. Fuck this. Take care.